One of the things I'm really looking forward to is the new DLC for Rogue Trader, the Ghosts of the Void or Void Ship or something along those lines. I'm waiting for that to come out because that'll be real fun. Actually, it might have come out already. I'm not quite sure. Mainly because, you know, I don't want to give in to temptation and I don't want to play Rogue Trader outside of streaming times. Oh, I just titled it. Oh, okay, I didn't give it a title. Let's just give this a title. More missions on Footfall Station. There we go. At least you people know what I'm doing. Instead of just Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I'm not doing a 20-hour playthrough, I tell you that much. Alright, so, what did... I needed to level up. Excellent. I need to do Vanguard. Okay, so... what is my character's toughness? 45. Not the greatest. Oh, toughness bonus. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, I have, Taunting Scream. Yes, I will take that. The ability to just target over people and say, no, you come here. And increase my armor? Yes, yes, I will take that. Oh! Combined with Center of Attention? I mean, that's based on toughness bonus. This is just based on... Yeah, no, definitely. I'm gonna grab that. Complete. He's an assassin. What is ambush? At the all enemies that do not have the assassin... Huh. Interesting. Oh, so if I move... That's actually good. Dodge and dodge reduction. That would be great. For a Jehadari, like anybody I have on the yeah, a ranged assassin would be. Does not stack. Create an opening. Ooh. Uh, Okay. Uh... Let's just go with the recommended ones right now. Yeah. That's... Hmm. Alright, I'll give him Enduring Shield. Because he's got a +5 bonus, which is nice. Alright. Arch Militants. Ballistic skill bonus. Oh, wait. So 2 times 5. Now that's 10. So that increases her. Huh. I'm actually going to pick this one because that's going to increase. Because I'm obviously going to be increasing her ballistic skill. So when I increase her ballistic skill again, that... Oh, yeah. Grand Strategist. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I'm going to take Adjusting Frontline for now. Play with that a bit. Oh, and she's a Grand Strategist as well. This could be good. Combining the two might be nice. All right, let's play with that for a bit and see what it gets us. Okay. I believe that there is one other place that I need to get to. And to get, or not to get to, but I think I need to go over here. Right, okay. Down here. Greetings, sir. What brings you here? Did you want to watch us break our backs out here, huh? Footfall Utility Crew 3 is proud to work for the good of the denizens and guests of the station. The man winks and salutes you with his flamer. What are you doing? Extermination Bridge Sergeant. Just burning rats and some trash and some parasites of other sorts. The district's under quarantine, you see. It got hit by something nasty, a disease. Or maybe it isn't a disease, just bugs and worms that crawled out of some ship or other. It's a bit odd that it happened here and not at the docks, I'll grant you. Things like that usually start there. They even spray the place with some gunk to kill all the bugs and worms. But I guess something slipped through. 2 families in that block way over there snuffed it. And the Liege wasted no time in getting the district surrounded so that nobody could leave. How exactly did the victims die? Who knows? They found them in their hovels, already dead, blue sores on their bodies, and they stank something awful. Which is why the lot that found them didn't even risk looting the corpses. Good on them, I guess. Doesn't mean we let them out, of course. Interesting. What means have been taken to deal with the problem? You're looking at them. We stand here, burn the foulness, and we've got people standing guard so no one escapes. Put some mines down, a whole load of them, and for the same reasons. The water, sewers, all blocked off to stop any communications getting out. The air's open, I suppose, but foulness doesn't seem to be airborne. There ain't been any strange deaths outside the district. Are people inside being provided with aid of any kind? Of course not. I mean, I heard Reverend Hieronymus has been praying for their souls, which sounded more like retribution fell upon them, and rightly so. That's the most they can hope for. I wish to enter, because I want quests. No dice, not going to happen. We're letting no one in. I'm telling you right now, bribes and invitation won't work on me, so don't even try. You can file a petition with the Liege if you're so desperate, but my advice to you would be to go on your merry way. The Void's got plenty of nasty, dangerous holes, and you don't want to die in this one in particular. You'll go in and die, and that means I've got more corpses to burn, he pointedly turns away. Alright, let's go talk to the Liege. Yeah, so, continuing on what I was saying earlier, so it turns out that, Finn, it will no longer be streaming co-op with us on Friday nights for the foreseeable future, so, we will be down to just single-player Friday streams. Oh, I went the wrong way. The Liege's residence. Yeah, so he now has a part-time, or he now has a part-time job during night, so he will no longer be joining me for Friday streams, which, you know, actually, I wouldn't say works out in my favor, but it does. We were slowly running out of co-op games that both of us found enjoyable, so yeah, it helps. And, you know, when his schedule improves, we'll probably start doing co-op again, but until then, it'll just be me on Friday nights. And depending on how things go, I think I will probably just focus on Warhammer 40k. Because I've been delaying this game for so long, and I do want to get through it, because it is a fun game.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Exactly. Greetings, your lordship. I don't mean to hurry you, but I do hope our deal is still in place. What's happening in the shadow quarters? Why is there quarantine? Oh, that. He grimaces. Who knows? It could be an actual epidemic, or perhaps two families that's just started all came down with food poisoning at the same time. We're on a space station. The best solution here is to isolate the area and wait for the problem to resolve itself. I wish to help the people in the quarantine zone. I will have medicine delivered from my ship. I can't bar you from doing so, but I can't help note that it's not the wisest course of action, with all due respect, your lordship. Oh yes, the man who introduced himself as a servant of House Corda asked to have a word with me, and then, imagine the odds, someone blew his brains out. Balaam doesn't look surprised. The Anvers again, I presume. Those anarchical degenerates don't care who they shoot, be it my servants, yours, or those in the employ of House Corda. I suspect that this agent wished to negotiate a deal that would have had you refrain from hindering Incendia Corda's efforts to strangle us with the threat of hunger and demand our obedience. If so, I don't believe I will be mourning the man's passing very long. I'm beginning to resent how frequently the people I converse with on this station end up dead. That is indeed lamentable, but these are the times in we live. And this is Footfall. Its denizens don't always look for a reason to spill blood. By the way, I did what you could not. I found and neutralized the Anver's agitator-in-chief. That is truly an outstanding accomplishment, your lordship. Footfall can now rest easy, at least until the next mad hoodlum makes himself known. Other matters demand my attention. In dialogue. I'm interested in your wares. Let's see what you got there, big man. Let's see what you got. Furor. Oh, okay. Med kits, okay. Aldari Plaza. Ooh, stub revolver. Regular stub revolvers, 8 to 16. So it's got more reliable base damage. Interesting. Oh, lower range. Oh, well, that makes sense, because if I'm giving somebody a pistol, I don't expect them to have it. Max ammo 8. Max... Ooh, more ammo. Okay. Rate of fire is 3. Interesting. Okay. Bladed boots. A precise bolter. Cost me 42. Precise bolter. I wish I could have that for, Yeah, no, that would be good for her. Let's do the reputation stuff. Hide untradable, select tradable. I'm gonna go up 900. Clear selection, cargo. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Okay, let's see what that does. Select tradable, hide at 1400. Yeah, I'm not going to give him miscellaneous. I don't want to do that. Okay, first off, let's do this. Clear selection. So Mechanicus Creations, definitely. I've got a uniform kit. You know, let's trade with him. Okay. Where shadows are deepest of all, the Lord. Yeah. On the Lord Captain's orders, help has been sent to the residents of the sealed-off area. I screwed that up, but I'm not going to go back. So let's go back to the Shadow Quarters, because I want to see if I can get in there. Because the last time I tried to go in there, it said they would have to wait until things got cleared. I left, went and did like liberated the agricultural world, and came back, and everybody was dead. So I thought if I selected that one, I would go in there with them. I guess not. Let's go talk with our boy here. Okay, so that didn't help. I actually want to reload that. Let's reload that. Because I actually do want to try and get in there and see. Where shadows are deepest of all, there are people still... Okay, Because considering the Chaos Corruption we saw earlier, I want to see if it might be a Nurglite faction. The Plague, or Grandfather Nurgle is the, the Chaos God of Plague. Oh, 1 second. That's better.
Follow my lead.
I wish to enter. Out of the question. You would dare defy the will of a rogue trader? Your impudence could spell the end of you and your entire station, but as you wish, I will have my people clear away the small pass free. It will take time, mind you. The place has been mined properly. It will take days, if not more, but you will get your way in. Okay, I did that. And I did that. I see. Let's get down to business. I'm interested in your wares. I can't really afford anything here. Commissar's boots? I should try and get those so I can build up a proper, commissarial outfit. Hide untradeable. Okay. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. I apologize. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. So, Mechanicus. I wish you could just click these and it would automatically select. That'd be nice. And provisions, yeah. I'll get the 100. No, actually, no. 150. Yeah, I'll just go with the Mechanicus creations. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Alright.
A new challenge for me?
To burn in the righteous flame of the God Emperor. Brain fart. Okay. So first things first, let's actually, well, let's, oh yeah, no, that's in the shadow area. That's in the quarantine zone. Okay. So let's head back to my
stand
ship
in my way.
and let's see if that allows me to fast forward time by a bit. Okay. Oh! A familiar figure turns to you. Henrik von Kellogg's, interrogator of the Ordo Xenos, bows his head respectfully. Lord Captain. Honored interrogator, what a surprise. Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Not at all, First Officer Wassarian. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concern. I'm pleased to see you again, Heinrichs. Heinrichs allows himself a hint of a smile. I'm glad to hear that my presence aboard your ship did not leave you with any unpleasant memories. I hope your disposition won't change once I have explained the reason for my visit. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Rykad Minoris. I've also received information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of the enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we're assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds, this time yours, Lord Captain. Heinrich clears his throat and begins to, in a pointedly official tone, by the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar, whose duty is to stand sentinel over the Cronus Expanse, the rogue trader of the House Von Valencius is to take on board the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide an escort and support in deeds, great and small, that serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Calcazar. Ideria's whisper is barely audible. All I got from that all I got from it is that ridding ourselves of this snitch won't be easy. What exactly caused this need to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Cronus Expanse has changed. I have received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the Von Valencius worlds lie. You probably already know about the fate of the industrial world Kiva Gamma. If not, then I will share what details I know, but not here. Better to talk on board where we will not be overheard. I, Seth Von Valencius, welcome the agent of the Golden Throne aboard my ship and take on the responsibility of assisting him in the fight against the evil that threatens humanity. Heinrichs gives a reserved nod, an answer befitting a righteous servant of the Emperor. If duty has brought you aboard the road trader's ship once more, then such is the Emperor's will. Welcome back, interrogator. Thank you, sister. It is an honor to be traveling with it is an honor to be traveling with one of the blessed Adeptus Sororitas. Master von Galax! Cassia's voice is brimming with genuine joy, which she immediately hides behind a facade of highborn primness. Since you are with us once more, I do hope that you will find time to finish our conversation about the literary works of the Cronhaller the Blessed. I will make every effort, Lady Orsilio. I must also deliver this to you. Heinrich pulls out a sealed letter. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the contents of this envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask that you read it as soon as you have the time. Excellent! We're going back to the ship now! That is everything for the time being. Where are you? Are you headed to the ship, or do you still have business on Footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. You shall, scoot scoot, return. Excellent. I have mapping duty. Have I spoken to Opticon 22? I wish to make a trade deal. Reputation. Whoa. I do have holy gifts. I have many holy gifts. No armor kits? Drat. Oh, I have another holy gifts. 22. That'll be enough to get me to the next explore, yeah. Yes! Let's see what you got here. The Churgeon's Manual. Okay. Nice. Holy crap! I'm gonna definitely want that one. Whoa! Good lord. Tempestus Carapace. Damn.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Exceptions are quest items and narrative objects. Well, excellent. Lord Captain, the inspection of the Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship's systems is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfying. Everything is ready for onward travel. Except there's an issue you must be made aware of. Cassia makes a quick, nervous gesture adjusting her adornment. Cassia makes a quick, nervous gesture, adjusting the adornments over her third eye. I've been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double-check the route to Dargonus and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out. It can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the Atlas, one after another, and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm. Ah! Bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movements, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. Argenta angrily chops the air with the side of her palm. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and daemons. It is a shame they can't be dispersed with the flamer or bolter. Now we can be certain that the problems with the astropathic communication... Now we can be certain that the problems with astropathic communication in the Coronis Expanse are no coincidence. There's a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate the key worlds of the Von Valencia's Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Janus, Dargonus, and Kiva Gamma. Charting new routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be the necessary next step. Abelard, what is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Abelard strokes his beard for a few seconds before giving a hesitant reply. Rediscovering the agri-world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants can do without: sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall in its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I'm concerned with the rumors concerning Kiva Gamma. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughingstock of the other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe, so all three systems are equally vital to the Protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest, Captain. Okay. Very well. Our course is clear. Do my officers have any other issues that require immediate attention? That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel and crew await your instructions and are ready to depart. A footfall immediately, should you so desire. Actually, one second. Alright. A fine sculpture made from strange metal. It seems to absorb any rays of light that fall. Yeah, that's this. Well, that's not how physics works. If it absorbed any ray of light that fell upon it, it would be completely and perfectly black. The only reason we see this as purple is because the orb is reflecting purple wavelengths of light. Or violet, or whatever you want to call it. Which means it would be absorbing every wavelength of light except for purple. My god, that spin is disorientating. I don't know how I feel sleeping underneath a skull, for God's sake. It's kind of strange. Let's go and discuss it with the High Factorum. There we go. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A servo skull whirs over his shoulder while fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding, and he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Janus Danrock at your service. Have you heard of the name Fiery Reckoning? From what I can tell, it's a void ship of some sort. There was mention of it in one of Theodora's documents I found. It's a good question. Janus thinks for a moment, pursing his lips in concentration. I'm afraid it's not immediately familiar to me, your lordship. Please allow me a moment. He starts rapidly tapping on the screen of his data slate. I say, House von Silencius did indeed sign a contract with the owners of a vessel with the designation Fiery Reckoning. There are transactions, records of the ship picking up cargo from Kiva Gamma. Oh, this is odd. The data log ends there. Apparently the ship had some interactions with one of the workshops in your industrial world. I beg your pardon, your lordship, but that is the extent of the assistance I can provide you in regards to this particular matter. Oh. 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 Oh, now that's just cool. God, he looks so kooky. What can you get me? Enforce Imperial Scroll. Interesting. Very interesting. Militant's Cloak. Elite Chainsword. Interesting. The Heavy Bolter. Oh, okay. I like it. Okay. Jovian pad. Ooh. Strong acceleration and braking. Okay. Okay. What is interesting. I mean, that's 80, but it's a long-range weapon. I'm gonna okay, so I'm definitely gonna get the auger array, and I'm gonna get the lance weapon. And then I definitely want to up my reputation with these guys. Oh. Never mind. Okay. How much scrap do I have? Alright, let's do that. Alright, so I'm gonna take you out. Ooh, it even changed. Oh, that's cool. Alright. We'll take you out. Wait, did that... Oh, I didn't change the aspects. That I was hoping... I was actually hoping it would do... Yeah. A part of me kind of wants to go and get stuck in now, but I'm gonna stay here. Upgrade. Okay. Vigdis informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Yanris Danrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fates, can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Excellent. Pascal Hahnemann expressed desire to be present during inspection. Should it be carried out, I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy. Alright. Let's take a look. As you wish, your lordship. Would you like the Engineer Prime to accompany? Yes! As your lordship commands. Sector, data unavailable. Region, data unavailable. Location, Von Valencia's flagship, lower decks. Material, report of a tech phenomenon that was observed during the Lord Captain's visit to Bay AKN-108, from the words of High Factorum Yanaris Danrock. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they had assumed after they had corralled into the bay, all standing in a spiraling long line facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors just went still as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship Seth von Valencius took several steps towards the servitors, yes. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated the gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like a grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute, until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from him, the rogue trader approached in confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factorum, it was I who had prompted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsing under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if these mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of their intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understandness. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly, and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machines, half-people, and the Lord Captain. The Lord Captain stepped away. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight, and we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Gestured for Engine Seer Prime to study the servitors. The Engine Seer Prime slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking the readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path, and binaric prayers were his companion in this investigation. The examination confirmed the technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy is most rarely observed, and yet for some unknown reason it has occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lordship, Seth von Valencius. Demanded a report on the defective... The Technomat's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. Okay? Turned to me to announce his decision. Oh wait, let's try... Okay, I'm not going to order the disassembly. I could, but if they are awake, if they are primitively aware, if they do feel fear, this could cause me problems. So I'm going to turn and announce my decision. Yes. Iconoclast. To dispose of the servitor so the human souls may be released from torment. The Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All the defective units were incinerated in the furnaces, and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities, yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the servitors decided, nothing could now distract the captain from his mission. Yes. Because yeah, that's just mean. I already have two master tech, two brand strategists. So I'm gonna try master tactician next. I'll take the added damage bonus. I kind of wish there was an auto level up feature. I'll level up Heinrich later, because I'm not exactly interested in leveling him up. Okay. So that's that taken care of. I believe there was another one on here. Oh, yes. Yes, I need to go talk to Pascal. That is the man's name.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Okay, there's...
I have enjoyed your company.
Sorry. Argenta. God, I hope the DLC allows Argenta
Greetings.
romance. Oh! I'm waiting for you to tell me about your past and explain the strange words of that cultist on Footfall.
Yes, I'm ready. I would ask only one thing of you, Rogue Trader. If I may, I would like to see the chamber of the sacred warrant and kneel before the relic touched by the Emperor himself. A difficult conversation lies ahead of us, and I wish to pray by the relic before I lay my soul bare.
Of course! Let's go there right away. Argenta nods gratefully. Argenta drops to her knees, her hands making the sign of the Aquila. Her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature on the warrant, a seemingly mundane thing, merely a flourish on a piece of paper, unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. Wait, is that thing moving up? I swear, it looks like it's scrolling up, but I can't be 100% certain. If thou seest the flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest the fall of mine, burn me, with flames of fury and righteousness. But if thou seest a light in me, grace me. If thou hearest this plea of mine, bless me, with wrath of fury and of righteousness. Argenta's voice is sonorous, completely unlike mine, as if made for singing hymns and prayers, but right now she cannot seem to catch her breath, so overwhelmed with emotion is she. For I breathe by the will of thine, for I live by the law of thine. I carry thy word, O Emperor. I bring solace to servants of thine, and ruin to the foes of thine, a fate of terror and righteousness. Upon finishing, she closes her eyes and remains silent for a long time with her head raised high. Slowly, like the first licks of flame in a campfire, a smile blossoms upon her lips. When Argenta finally rises... Wow. When Argenta finally opens her eyes, they are alight with uncanny resolution. Rogue Trader, we need to talk. Or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth. The truth about how I ended up on Theodora von Valencius' ship, and about the cultists we encountered on Footfall. I'm listening. Please understand, I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story, and you'll see why. Argenta pauses. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. Upon arriving in the Expanse and on Footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. I wasn't needed. The reliquary I had been assigned to safeguard was already well protected by the Reverend Hieronymus' mission. And no one was even trying to defile it. For all its lawlessness, Footfall respects the worship of the Emperor. That was when Lady Theodora, head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will, in a way. Argenta falters, searching for the words. It was from her that I learned about a planet recently discovered by her scouts, Salus Prime. For a rogue trader, the planet was of little interest, a feral world away from convenient warp routes. But for me, learning about its existence was a revelation. Please continue. The description of Salus Prime was familiar to me. It seemed very similar to a world from an ancient legend. A legend of Saint Argenta and her ship. Her voice grows reverent. Argenta, the living saint, Argenta, the living saint. She is my patroness. The Order named me after her. She died millennia ago when heretics caused her ship to fall from the sky. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes, or her holy relic, the One Star. For the fallen ship, which now serves as the resting place for the Saints' remains, would only allow the truly righteous to enter. All others would meet their deaths. Imagine what I felt when this flash of insight came upon me. The world where Saint Argenta's ship fell was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts, and suddenly, I, myself named after the saint, came across this information. I realized at that moment that it was a portent, that I must journey to the planet and find the ship. And so I asked Reverend Hieronymus to let me go for a time on a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodora's ship and demanded passage to the newly discovered planet, Salus Prime. You mentioned something called the One Star. What is it? Apologies, I got carried away. I forgot to explain. The One Star is the relic kept by Saint Argenta. I belong to the Order Pronatus, and we attach particular significance to holy relics. The One Star is one of the lost relics of the past, so mysterious that no one even knows what it is exactly. Argenta's hagiography at times calls it a banner, or a set of armor, or a blessed chainsword. One thing is certain, it was a beacon of righteousness, and it was lost with Argenta's death. Why did you keep your supposition from Reverend Hieronymus? Surely he could have helped you with the search for the ship and the saint's remains. I couldn't just come out and tell him. It was a portent revealed to me personally, can't you see? I told Reverend Hieronymus the honest truth that I was going on a personal pilgrimage to embolden my spirit. It really was a pilgrimage. It was as if Saint Argenta herself had shown me the way, commanding me to undertake this trial. If I had found the ship and set foot on its decks, if I had laid my hand on her remains and the relic, it would have been a sign that I truly had been blessed with the saint's favor. That is understandable. Searching for your destiny, your place in the world, is a special matter, a personal one. You either succeed at it, or you don't. Argenta looks at you somewhat surprised. I thought that I had been called, that finding a ship was my destiny, my place in the world? Perhaps there is something to that. What happened next? Defeat, Argenta says bitterly. The ship's augers failed to detect anything of note during orbital scanning. I was expecting this, though, according to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim guided by a pure heart can find it. What I didn't expect was the ambush waiting for us on the planets. I landed there with a small unit provided by Theodora. I know Saint Argenta's hagiography by heart. I know all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues, the descriptions of mountains and rivers from millennia-old tales, and I was certain that I had found the way to the ship. And that's when we were attacked. The words we heard in the heretic shrine on Footfall, something about ways, doors, please, addressed to some lord, the edge of daybreak. Argenta is shaking with disgust. They were the same words as those spoken by the cultists who attacked us on Salus Prime. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people I had led to search for the relics, it was only by a miracle that I didn't perish along with them. I didn't connect these events at first, the cultists on Footfall, the cultists on Salus Prime, the cultists attacking the ship, and Kunrad's betrayal. What if these are all links in the same chain? What if they've long since infiltrated the ranks of the Von Valencia servants? What if I led those heretics to the sacred planet with my search? No need to blame yourself. If the heretics really had wormed their way into the Von Valencia's ranks by then, they would have found the planet even without you going there. I doubt it. No one except me was particularly interested in the planet. Kunrad, on the other hand, he sympathized with me when I first came aboard. He helped me arrange an audience with Theodora and supported me in my effort to visit the planet. I never told him plainly why I wanted to go there, but I imagine that Vulture must have figured out that it was something important. Something related to the holy faith of the Imperium, and what could delight a heretic more than defiling a relic? How did you manage to escape from the cultists? Argenta hangs her head. Theodora's people received the distress call, came to my rescue, and brought me aboard the ship. I barely remember what happened. When they arrived, I was already severely wounded. fighting back with whatever remained of my strength. I think I shouted that we have to go after them, but they didn't listen. They took me to the shuttle and pulled out. After that, it's all blackness. When I came to, we were already in the middle of a warp jump. Theodora had urgent matters to take care of, and she decided that she could clear out the planet at a later time. And that's why you didn't trust me before, correct? Yes, Rogue Trader. Argenta looks you in the eye. I saw with my own eyes how a member of your family showed his true colors as a servant of the archenemy. I had already suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of cultists, and was afraid of another betrayal. I couldn't be forthright with you, so I studied you, looking for seeds of corruption or the light of righteousness. And what did you find? A man who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultists on Footfall. Argenta smiles as if reminiscing about a pleasant evening spent in the company of friends, rather than a bloody battle. Although my opinion of you started to change even before then, back when you agreed to talk to the orphans at my request, a leader who's willing to honor those who lay down their lives for them, and then take care of their children, is a leader who inspires trust. And the way you acted in that moment. Do you remember? There was a young man whose grief and confusion had driven him to insolence. You found the words that could comfort him. You didn't punish him, didn't scare him with a show of austerity. You admitted that you are not all-powerful. It surprised me. I even saw it as a weakness at first, but giving it some thought, I saw the wisdom in it. The way you openly addressed the thoughtless boy does you credit, Rogue Trader. So to clarify, you were wounded. So you were wounded. So you never found the Saint Argenta's ship, is that right? Yes. I rushed to Theodora the moment I could walk again, and I insisted on going back to Salus Prime to defend the relic from the heretics. But I was told that the warp had destroyed the old route to the planet, and that plotting a new one could take a great deal of time and effort, as if there could be anything more important than protecting the faith and hunting down servants of the archenemy. 1 second. I think it's still running? I hope? Okay. My Streamlabs desktop seems to be frozen, but it looks like it's still broadcasting. The live timer is just gone, and all my volume meters are kind of borketed. Alright. In any event, the route was lost, and all knowledge of it died in the attack on the ship along with the old navigator. But now we have a new lead. The data that we collected in the cultist shrine on Footfall. I don't care what that reprobate we executed said. There must be a way to track them down. Tell me, Rogue Trader, will you help me in this undertaking? Will you help me find this great relic and return it to the people of the Imperium? Yes, if it is important to you, I will help. Argenta walks up and places her hand on your shoulder. So be it, Rogue Trader. As I stand here before the warrant, the embodiment of the Emperor's will marked by his own hand, I vow I will not relent until the holy relic has been returned and the heretics punished, and may the light be with us both on this path. Please, please, Owlcat, let the Argenta romance be a thing. I beg of you. You let us romance a succubus. Let us romance a sister of battle. Please! Alright. Pascal. Oh, that's... Oh, I'm turned around. The reflections of the bridge lights are playing on the units on the unlit vid screen of the cogitator. Next to the machine stand a hunched tech priest, who bows as you approach, his body nearly folding in half. Lord Captain, the machine spirit of this mechanism slumbers. Should you wish to awaken it, use the key of your blood. Servitor's powerful jaw closes around your hand with a screeching clack. You feel the cold metal pierce your skin and draw blood. The vid screen in front of you flickers restlessly, filling with numerical combinations. Tech Priest by the Cogitator nods curtly. The sacred mechanism is awake and ready to receive your request, Lord Captain. Pascal has informed me that the system has encrypted data stored inside. I wish to know its contents. Without another word, the test priest turns to the cogitator. He raises his hands and a prayer of binary code pours out of his Vox device. The servo motors in the bowels of the machine grow louder, its undulating hum responding to his chant. Numerical combinations run down the screen. Scanning. 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 Session error. Reg. Rest init. Ident. Nom OS operate response off. Nom OS operate response repo. Nom OS operate response off. The machine spirit has discovered numerous critical errors. The data is damaged. The tech priest stops abruptly, and the green glow of his visor narrows, registering an intact segment. The machine spirit has spoken. The worlds of Kila Gamma and Dragonis hold certain data repositories. The mechanism is ready to provide the rogue trader with data keys that can unlock said repositories. How do I accept these keys? Oh. The gracious machine spirit is willing to transfer the data keys to the head of the Vaus von Valentius by means of an electu, a hypodermic tattoo augment. If you are ready to accept the keys, place your hand inside the servitor. Oh, goody, I get bitten again. This deep within the servitor's dark gullet, unseen, burning hot needles pierce your wrist, but the sharp pain only lasts a moment. The electu that has been planted inside your wrist should be enough to open the repository doors. I need to know more about these caches. The tech priest's augmented fingers dart around the control panel. The Omnissiah favors you. The machine spirit is willing to commence the calculation procedure that could restore the lost data. Oh, okay. Restore the data cache. The machine hums louder until it lets out a resounding crackle, then the sounds stop, and an unmoving numerical combination lights up on the screen. The tech pre-synthesized voice sounds almost concerned. The data has been restored, but it is only a single phrase. Litanies of the motive force. That is all the sacred mechanism was able to salvage. Okay. Blessed are the Omnissiah's deeds. The repository on Kiva Gamma has a security system guarding it. The machine spirit has recovered a code that will allow you to disable the defenses. Data repositories. That remains hidden. The encrypted databanks belong to the esteemed Theodora von Valencia. She was the only one who could have known about these repositories. Perhaps the former Ensign Cedar Prime could have known Omnissiah except his code. If I were to propose a hypothesis, it would be most prudent of a figure as eminent as a rogue trader to store her classified data in receptacles most secure. Alright, I have other questions. Have the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus been able to discern how the ship was able to start her warp engine? That was probably due to the machine spirit, because in 40K there are machine spirits, and there is evidence to suggest that machine spirits do have the ability to manipulate the machine in which they reside, independent of human or outside interaction. The Engine Seer Prime spends hours pursuing the quest of knowledge in hopes of comprehending the nature of said miracle. May the Omnissiah's grace guide him on his journey. Alright, leave. Alright, now I believe we had to go talk to Jay. Actually, hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Give me one second here. I am just going to... Oh wow, she is really frozen up. Hang on one second, ladies and gentlemen. Will that allow me to... Alright, one second.